Can anyone see my dibber? I've just been looking for this for like 10 minutes. Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the plot. I have got absolutely loads to do today. I think it's going to be a bumper episode, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. First and foremost, today's most important task, getting stuff planted in the ground and getting stuff potted on. I've got loads of stuff in the greenhouse that needs to go into bigger pots or is ready to go outside. I've been super busy, so a little bit of neglect down here. I'll show you what I've got to go out and what needs potting on. So I really don't want to spend too long on a seed update. Today I really want to focus on getting stuff in the ground. But just a quick overview, here's the marigolds, the basil, some of the companion plants. The tomatoes, still pretty baby. This one is the one surviving Corolla. I took that one home and it's been on the windowsill. The other two unfortunately died. So this is mainly black cherry and golden sun in here with the one remaining Corolla. One really nice little success story in the greenhouse is these spearmint. The seeds germinated, so this was, I think, the second load that I did. Although, to be honest, it might be the first. There's a couple in there that are really small. They might have just taken a really long time. Also, in a similar vein, over here, we've just got the smallest little strawberry plants poking through. Look at that, tiny little strawberry leaf. Are they meant to be that small? Are they meant to have taken that long? I don't know. Over here we've got some things just coming up. The bell peppers, some rocket, some more cabbage and spinach leaves. Over here we've got the kohlrabi, which has exploded. Look at that, leeks behind it. And today's main task, these salads and the brassicas, mixture of purple sprouting broccoli and cabbage in here. And these are just crying to go out. I've got some courgettes doing really well, some cucumbers as well, they need splitting up today, potting on. The courgettes probably need potting on as well. Some marigolds there, and a few of my chili peppers, still babies really. So yeah, lots to get potted on. I've got these to divide as well, I can get some more things out of here. So yeah, oh, there's all these Andean salad leaves as well, ready to go out today, I think. So yeah, I'm going to give them all a really good soak, and while they're soaking, I'm going to get that MDPE primed and hopefully get the brassica bed done. It doesn't look very secure like that at the moment, so I have got some MDPE pipe, which is great, and I've got some stakes for it, so I've got to set that up before the brassicas can go in. So my main concern here, and why I spent quite a long time not being sure what to do, is that purple sprouting broccoli, which I'm growing in here, gets really tall. I haven't got any kale or Brussels sprouts, but they also get really tall. I might get them in the future. So I wanted something that was kind of future-proof. I didn't really want to use bamboo stakes for these because they're very prone to breaking. I wanted to get something that would kind of last a while. And these look okay. I think the main issue is they're a little bit short. I would like this to just be a little bit bigger. But I think I'm going to stick with this for now. It looks okay. Pretty happy with that. It's quite low effort as well. Cost a little bit of money, the pipe, but it was only about 15 quid and there's loads left over. So if I want to use that to net other things, I can. Lower level things, maybe carrots, that kind of thing. So not a bad investment, but first I'm just going to give this a weed. This was meant to be the no-dig bed, but the soil I used clearly wasn't weed free, so been a bit of a headache, that one. Bit of a head scratcher. I was thinking about whether or not to build a raised bed for it as well, but decided not to. Yeah, does mean I'm going to have to give it a quick weed first. There's one hell of a lot of bindweed and bramble in here, but I try and dig it out the best I can, but it's kind of a long-term war, so I'm not going to get too stressed out about it and just keep pulling it and picking it up as I go. So I think it looks pretty good. The soil's a nice quality, nice texture. So I'm going to go research how much space I need to leave for these purple sprouting broccoli and the cabbage. Now, one of the main issues is that I don't know which of these brassicas are cabbage and which are purple sprouting broccoli. There are these smoother leaves and these slightly paler, more serrated leaves, and I think this is the purple sprouting broccoli and this is the early cabbage, but I'm not certain, and I'm going to give these all plenty of space, about 50-60 centimeters. That's what purple sprouting broccoli needs, so I'm going to do that just to be on the safe side, really. Can anyone see my dibber? I've just been looking for this for like 10 minutes. So this is a good 60 centimeters. It is a lot of room. The cabbages need quite a lot of room anyway, so, and we've got the big bed, so hey. Because these things are so far apart, there's some space to get some other crops in here, so I think some of the shade-loving plants, like your lettuce and your spinach, can go in here, which is good news because I've got loads of lettuce at the moment, so I should be able to make slightly better use of this bed. Let's dig these holes out a bit more, get the brassicas in there with a bit of garden lime. Here are our beautiful brassicas and lettuce. I'm really happy with how these have come along. I should mention that I have been hardening these off. Not crazy, nothing too crazy, but every now and then I will come out and bring them out around lunchtime and then put them back in the greenhouse about 4 o'clock. So hopefully these will be okay. I am very, very worried about slugs, as anyone should be with brassicas. So I'm going to hold a few of the smaller ones back just in case these do get got. I do have some slug pellets, but I hate using them, so I'll use them as a last resort if things start getting nibbled. Hopefully they won't all go overnight. I'm chancing it with these, but they are big, so they might be able to resist a bit of an attack. We'll see. I do have some garden lime, because that's meant to really help with preventing the clubroot infection that brassicas can get. Saw this in Wilko for like £2 and thought, hey, about to plant the brassicas out. Why not? If I was being really cautious, I'd get a pH testing kit for this soil. So I'm not going to go overboard with this because I don't know too much about the soil. So I'm just using about that much, really not too much. Just goes in the bottom. Should help it out. These are lovely and wet, they've soaked through. So all the soil is sticking to the roots. You see really good growth in here, they're ready to go. Oh, also, I'm doing one of my slapdash experiments. I've got some bloodfish and bone under some of these as a kind of all-purpose fertilizer. This bed was really enriched with loads of compost, so it should be quite fertile, but I've done a bit of an experiment. The ones over here, these have got the bloodfish and bone, and these ones don't. So we'll just see if it makes any difference, see if they're a little bit stronger. I must say, I really am so happy to be putting things in the ground. I think it must be one of the most satisfying jobs in the garden, after maybe harvesting. Seeing the plants that you've taken care of finally go out into the big bad world. Seeing if they're going to survive. I did manage to completely forget about my kohlrabi. So I'm going to put a couple of these in. I think they're still a little bit young to go in. A couple will stay in the greenhouse. I'm going to pop them on. So then we've got our 3 kohlrabi in here as well. So purple sprouting broccoli or cabbage up there and here in the zigzag. We've got some lettuce, some kohlrabi and a couple of spinach as well. So I've just gone round and folded over the edges with some bits of timber. The netting is all tied off on the bottom with little ties. We've got our first full row in the brassica bed. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I've done wrong or anything I should change about this design. I think I'm pretty content with it for the moment. There's a few little holes at the bottom and I've just gone around and put some soil on there to make sure it's kind of flush and things can't get under. But I'm kind of happy with this. A little bit worried about cabbage root fly. And I think this netting might be too large. It's really just for butterflies that I put this in. Should I be worried about that? Should I have invested in some root collars? Potentially. We'll see what happens with it. But yeah, I'm gonna go in the greenhouse now and have a look at what needs to be repotted. Lots and lots to do. It's so friggin' hot in here today, guys. I've got all the vents open, all the windows, door is wide open, and it's still pretty warm. So as before, in here I've just got some general compost, gonna put some Jack's Magic in as well, which I didn't realise has loads of peat in it. Very bad, but it's literally all I could find. So please do buy peat free if you can find it, because it's very, very bad for the environment. Avoid if you can. Yeah, so compost, vermiculite, perlite, bit of blood, fish and bone. Now that things are getting on, they need a bit more feeding. Last year I had really good success with New Horizon peat-free compost. And short of buying it online, I couldn't find it in any of the shops this year. And I was out and about yesterday and I really want to limit how much I'm out and about. So I didn't want to do multiple trips to other places. So Jack's Magic is unfortunately what we do. Some pre-warmed water. So I'm going to start with some of the bigger ones. Courgettes. Easiest way to do it, a bit of soil in the bottom, pot on top, push it in a little bit, and then fill around the edges. Then you're left with a nice little imprint. One courgette plant with a bit more room to breathe. Do the kohlrabi, pot these up into individual ones. Some of the kohlrabi have got really thick root plates, so I'm just having to rip these apart really, but they'll bounce back, they should be fine. You can see these guys are really struggling for space. Although actually, they've come apart quite nice. I think I'm going to keep these 3 cucumbers and probably give the rest away. Forgot about this one, I've got 4. 4 to keep, 3 to give away. I'm just potting up some of the basil. And oh my god, the smell is amazing. Even at this stage, they've already developed that kind of essential oil that makes the basil smell. Oh, it's making me hungry. I've been quite pleased with how easy it was to grow the basil from seed. But another great option is getting plants from the supermarket. You can often get them like really reduced for like 30 or 40p if they're just looking a bit sad. I worked at Waitrose for a little while and no one liked doing the plants, so often they would just get neglected. And they would look like they were dying, but they literally just need a drink. So if you pick up those plants, 30-40p, it's great. There's a great video as well by Eli from Eli and Kate's Kitchen Garden, where she explains how to keep those plants alive. I recommend it, I'll put a link up here. Fantastic video. This is my one surviving Chirola. So I'm giving this one a nice big pot. It's coming to live in the greenhouse now. And hopefully it will do okay. So a little bit later, I've finished potting them all up and we've got some nice marigolds. the basil, the kohlrabi is done, the courgettes, only 2 plants, and then I've got absolutely bucket loads of tomatoes. Probably too many. This isn't even all of them. I've got some set aside to give away, and yeah, I'm not too sure about this, but we'll see. And we've got cucumbers all done. So yeah, pretty successful. It looks like not that much work, but repotting takes ages. But yeah, really happy. So, amazingly productive day. We've got all that done, but I do still need to do something with all this lettuce. So I'm going to put this in a bed. I think this is going to become the main salad bed because it's the one that gets the most shade. It's only about 3:30 and you can see it's already in shade now. I'm a bit nervous about this one. I think if I'd thought it through a bit better, I wouldn't have put it there. The composter is probably going to be a big haven for slugs and snails. So having your salad crops, which are loved by slugs and snails, quite so close to the composter might be a bit risky, but I think that's where they're going to go. You'll see when I show you in a minute, but I'm experimenting with the density of planting here a little bit. This row is quite spread out, about 30-25 centimetres between each, and these go going in a lot closer, about 20. I like to learn by experimenting and seeing what happens firsthand. As with brassicas, I'm not taking any slug precautions, which I might regret, but you know, this is the first lot. There's loads more in the greenhouse, so if they do get got, not the end of the world. One left. This little one can find a home in the mini bed. So they're in, they're looking good, but what's happening on the rest of the plot? I'll give you a super quick tour. These are some of the other onion sets that I put in a few weeks after those ones. Those ones are a lot stronger. These are little babies, and down here we have the first thing that I've direct sown that's come up nicely, which is these little spinach plants. You can see 2 by 2, which is exactly how many I sowed. Onions doing very well. And down here we have the seed onions. They're doing okay, they established. I didn't think they were going to survive at all actually, so that's a good sign. And if you look really closely, this is the line of carrots that I sowed. They've come up on both sides, just ever so tiny babies, and it shows you a good reason that you should work in lines, because there are lots of weed seeds in there which are pretty much indistinguishable, but looking at the lines I can just about make out which ones are the carrots. The potatoes have come up great guns, all over the place now across the ridges. They're coming up, which is just great. Strawberries are all looking pretty okay, flowering nicely. This bed is mad with bindweed. There is just so much of it, it's really infested. I have noticed all my bindweed has holes, so something's eating it. And I quite often find these tiny little golden beetles on them, which are quite cute, and I do wonder if it's those. The mini bed is looking okay. I planted these lettuce and spinach way too close together. I don't know what I was thinking. Didn't measure it out, did it by eye. Thought it would be fine. But you know, it's just spinach and lettuce in here at the moment. Some of those Andean salad leaves and the all year round lettuce. And I mean, touch wood, but there's been no slug damage yet. So very encouraging. Now, I said I didn't have any slug deterrent, but I just went in the shed and I found this Smart Price bitter and this pot, which I'm going to dig into the ground, sink into the ground with a little lip, and yeah, make a little slug trap. Cheers everyone. Not really sure how effective it'll be, but it might be better than nothing. And now that all those salad leaves are planted out, we've got a lot more space in here, which is wonderful. Freed up some pots. I've got something more to go out, which are the seed onions. I'm going to sow some more carrots in amongst these as well, and carry on as I did in that bed. And then I'm going to set about pricking out some of these lettuces, get those in pots. I've got three lettuces in this one, that kind of thing. So yeah, we'll have some successional lettuce going, which is really exciting. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. It's going really well, actually. I'm really pleased. So I'm going to crack on getting those in the ground. Where has it gone? Where has it gone? Yeah, it's in the shed, wasn't it? Put it in the shed. Hopefully we'll see those in a few weeks. So with the lettuce bed started properly, with the seed onions sown, the carrots sown, I'll move my attention now to the greenhouse, which is looking much lighter. I've got to get to work on these lettuce leaves. These are about the only ones that need pricking out, putting those in pots, so we'll have a nice little succession going on, hopefully. So just like that, the next round of lettuce are ready to start growing up. My module's empty, so I think soon, maybe the next week or so, I'll sow some more. But we do have a lot to get through at the moment, so. Next up, same again with the Andean salad leaves. I should say as well, I have tasted both these that they've been growing and they're both very nice. Well folks, I think that's me just about done for the day. What a productive day, what a wonderful, wonderful day, lovely weather. We've done absolutely loads today, constructed a brassica bed from scratch, got the brassicas in, got some lettuce intercropped with that lot, got the whole lettuce bed done, some more carrots in, the onions done, and I've spent pretty much all day in the greenhouse, absolutely sweating, absolutely boiling in there, but everything is much happier now. Everything that needed to be has been potted on. What hasn't been potted on is going to be happy where it is for a bit longer. Of course, there's always more to do. I didn't get everything done today that I was hoping I would. There's a lot of weeding, so I think I'll be up again very soon to take care of that. And I really need to get that compost turned over, need to get that sorted and see what it looks like, because it might be nice or it might be really horrible. But yeah, what a brilliant day. What a lovely way to spend your time. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're staying safe. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to like the video, hit the subscribe button, you know what to do, hit the bell as well if you want the notifications. But yeah, I'm really happy. As always, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again next time.